Time to go racing in corn country. Hello, everybody. I'm Sean Fitz. Thanks so much for being with me tonight. The Gelu-KC Select Cup Series is live. The Sim 500 group on a Sunday night. They got qualifying wrapped up, and let's quickly go through the starting grid here as they get ready to roll off pit road. Eric Arnold followed up a really fast practice with a pole here tonight. Troy Hayes going to start outside row one. Scott Formosa, Logan Koger, and Joey Jatina will round out that top 25. Tyler McGehee, Robert Barber, John Fowler is going to start 8th tonight. Shannon Wood 9th. Jacob Melton is going to start 10th. As these drivers continue to get grid up here on pit road, 120 laps of racing action coming at you live here. Alex Grog's going to start 11th. Glenn Campbell, Daniel Miller, Austin Short, and Joseph Grahova. We've not seen that driver out in a hot minute in that 21 machine. He's getting ready to start 15th here tonight. Our point leader coming into Iowa, Frank Zingen, on the outside of outside of the 21. And going to start 16th. Brandon Correa, Michael Saylor, Zach Foudy, and Doug Roth, your top 20. DeAndre Kane, Doug Sigmund, Kevin Stone. Bruce Lee Wheeler is going to start 24th here tonight. Jason Wiley, Lane Phillips is going to start 26th. Jason White, Mike Perry is going to start P28 here as these drivers continue to get grid up. I think we're having some issues with some training pains here tonight. Let's see if we can get that to clear up either way. Ron Holyfield's going to start 29th. Donald Stone is going to start 30th. We've got 38 cars in the field. RJ Brookshire is going to start back there 31st. John Buell, Caleb Ramsey, Jeremy Rittenberg, Mark Schrader, John Buell, Gerald Livingston, Gary Wright, and Keith Vaughn round out the rest of the field here as we get ready to go green flag racing. Hopefully that fixed the paint issues we had. Doesn't quite look like it, but they're still loading in. That'll be okay. Either way, we'll still be able to call this race. Just unfortunately, we've got some, looks like we've got some logo issues going on. Going to try another refresh of trading paints here. I think this is going to do it for us as they come down the backstretch to get ready to go green flag racing here at Iowa. We'll get these paints downloaded. You won't have to worry about that too long here, but they are going to cycle through. There they come. We've got it fixed up now, and we're ready to go green flag racing. Eric Arnold, Troy Haight on the front row. And we are live on a Sunday night in Iowa for some racing with Sim 500. Eric Arnold gets off free and clear off of turn 1 as they get pretty racy down here in turn 3. We're going to talk a lot about how technical this racetrack can be at times as we see the caution come out. Oh, we've got several cars spun around here, several cars with damage. That 11 car, the 02, caught up in this of Zach Foudy. This is a multi-car incident. Let's take a look back here towards the rear. Oh, just getting ran over there. I think he was trying to check up, potentially saw it all unfold in front of him. Let's see if we can get a better look at this. Oh, yeah. Somewhere around the 11. Let's see if we can. That was Jacob Melton. See if we can look at this one more time. Oh, was that Grijalva involved? Oh, that came up and got Brandon Garan. Oh. A lot of folks taken out on lap number 1 here. And that's going to bring, that's going to really make pit road pretty interesting here early at Iowa for the Gelu-KC Select Limited Series here on, or Select Series here on turn 1. While we've got a moment, let's step aside and hear from our friends Gelu, tonight's sponsor.
Gotta get a Gelu, that's what I'm gonna do. Wanna get it with you. Gotta get a Gelu, so many amazing flavors. Kind of treat that's like no other. A cool place, cool taste, gotta get it. Once you do, your mouth won't forget it. Gelu, gotta get a Gelu, that's what I'm gonna do. Wanna get it with you.
Gotta get a Gelu.
Pace car lights are off as caution number 1 coming to a close here. Eric Arnold, Scott Formosa going to start back out on that front row. Troy Haight, Logan Koger, Robert Barber. Your top 5. Right now I show Brandon Garan, Doug Roth, Doug Sigmund, Bruce Lee Weaver, Jacob Milton, and Michael Saylor either disconnected or down pit road, and significant damage out of what could have been some fast drivers here tonight. At least 10 drivers total involved in caution number 1 here as they're heading off into turn 3. Pace car, lights are off. Eric Arnold, Scott Formosa on the front row. Green flag back out here in Iowa. Troy Haight had a great jump on that inside of, or the outside of row number 2. This racetrack, very technical, very difficult to get around at times. It is I mean, there will be an aero advantage. There's going to be anytime we take a look at this car, but as a whole, It is going to be a driver's track. It's going to be about management back here as they've 2x2. That's the 23 there of the 23 there of Daniel Miller. Joseph Grijalva right there as well in the mix. Shannon Wood in this pack. And then, you know what? I was just wondering if our friends in El Paso are there. They just chimed in on chat. Ernie's in El Paso. Watching us live here tonight on Turn 1. Boy's got some work to do, but he's up to 11th at the moment. After starting 15th. Single filed out, putting out the fast laps here so far. And I mentioned it's going to be all about these drivers trying to manage the car, and that's going to be the story of the night. This car it's difficult to work around this racetrack. It races very much like a very big short track. High speeds. To see him unwind it here. Up to about 150 down the backstretch. And it's all going to be about tire wear, tire management for these drivers. So we ride on board here. That's Alex Grog sitting in 7th place at the moment. Just got to get into a rhythm here and hit your marks. This track is going to reward consistency. And it looks like that top 8 has started to drive away. Glenn Campbell about a second off the pace back behind him. Joseph Grijalva has worked his way up to that 10th place spot. Joseph's been gone for a little bit. From what I understand, some National Guard duty or such. Oh, we've got a caution on the racetrack. Taking a look here, that is going to be John Buell spun around here. And that's going to bring the second caution of the night out. Let's take a look what happened to Buell. Oh, off of turn 4 and then just into the wall hard. And nowhere to go for the rest of the group. Buell just trying to get out of the way. Oh, that's tough. And that's going to bring the pace car out once again. Eric Arnold out front, and like I mentioned, he was there during practice, riding in that top spot, holding it down and doing pretty well for himself. Well, he's turning that into some laps led here early. We're going to step aside for just a moment and get it re-racked. Come back, green flag racing. You're watching Turn 1. Pace car lights are off, and they're getting ready to re-rack it here, wrapping up caution number 2 as they go back green flag racing lap number 17 at Iowa here on turn 1. Been a little hectic here so far in the cornfields, but this is going to give everybody a little bit of breathing room. But this restart is going to be tough on these older tires. They were just starting to see a little bit of grip come into them. A little bit of heat turned in. Does anybody spin them up? We're going to fly down back into the restart. Zolden Green, Eric Arnold out front on the high line. That high line looks to be the advantage as we see Joey Jettina muscling himself around. Going to carry a little bit of speed here into 3 and 4, but not a whole lot of place to go. He's going to slide down there now underneath Troy Haight. That 14 car back up to where he qualified in 5th. Taking a look back here a little bit further, 2x2x2. Campbell. He's got Grijalva. I'm sorry, that's not Grijalva, that's Grog and Co. Well, they're 3 wide. Coming off the corner, that's not going to work out too well. That's Tyler McGehee there. Then it's Joseph Grijalva. Daniel Miller underneath as they work side by side through the corner. Week over week, we see how difficult it can be to drive this car in aero conditions, especially following close. And while they're not hitting the speeds of 180, 190 here, they are certainly feeling that effect of how these cars can get aero tight. Oh, we've got somebody loose and going around in 1. That's Zach Foudy. That car beat up from caution. That caution coming out on the first lap, and that's going to bring out the caution here once again down there in turn 1. Eric Arnold not too pleased to see that so far. He's had the car to prove here tonight. He was out front by a large margin. Logan Koger had work up to that second place spot. Scott Formosa, Joey Jettina, Robert Barber, your top 5. Barber having a good night so far, up a couple spots. Alex Grog up 5 spots as well. RJ Brookshire up 18 on the night. But he also got caught up, or he narrowly avoided that issue on lap 1. Jason Wiley. Looks like he's got a relatively clean car as well here. As Frank Zingen gets caught up there, we got a couple cars down pit road. It looks like Formosa's going to hit pit road, so will Robert Barber. This is a little bit of off strategy for these drivers, pitting from out or inside the top 5. Or top 8, rather. They're going to come down pit road, maybe top it off with a splash of fuel and their first set of tires. I expected to see a fuel run go about 50 to 60 laps here. But maybe looking for a little bit of strategy as we've got about 6 drivers down pit road. We're going to step aside here once again under caution number 3, lap 22. You're watching turn 1. Another restart on the way, but Arnold now taking the bottom. This could shake out. To be an interesting move here. We've seen him leveraging the high line here at Iowa on these restarts so far. There's been a couple already. But now, down to the bottom he goes, and the green flag back out. We've got some cars into the wall. I think that all started back there with Alex Short, or Austin Short, rather. I believe he spun those tires ever so slightly. That was the 52. No, I'm sorry, that's Alex Grog. That car spinning ever so slightly. Oh, then there goes Austin Short around. Oh, he's going to get into Frank Zingen. Frank slid by there. It was close. No caution. Zingen gets him back rolling there. That was all to avoid Grijalva, who just... I'm not sure. I have to go back and relook at that. That was pretty bonkers. But no caution. And by the way, Logan Koger out front. Change of the lead here as they come to the stripe. Lap number 26. Now Joey Jatina starting to charge underneath Arnold. Jatina driving forward. Arnold's going to take a look at the outside line here of Koger. At 48 Lowe's Chevrolet. Ripping around here. New leader in Iowa for the first time tonight. But really our top four, all within an arm length of each other essentially. Now the 14 of Jatina wants a look at second place. He drives it off into the corner. Jatina wraps 3 and 4 really strongly there. He's marching himself forward, setting his sights out to Logan Koger, just about 2 car lengths away. Now this is what I meant by these cars. Really, you have to manage them. As we see Grijalva start to sneak up, he's into the top 5. The tire wear is going to come quick here. And it's very easy to get into a green flag run. But Arnold has had to really put the foot down on these restarts and manage himself. Maybe a little bit of heat in those tires as he has slid back to 3rd. Coming across the stripe here, let's take a look at lap times. Kogan was 23.88. Jatina 23.81. Our Polestar Eric Arnold a 23.91. He was a 10th slower really than that number 1 driver. And it looks like Troy Haight is going to catch up with him here. He's closing in within a car length or so as they've single filed out through the rest of, well, nope, I take that back. Single filed out through the top 10. This is back here running at 17th place, taking it 3 wide into 1. The Zingen wrap on the bottom. That's Jerry Rittenberg right there. They got a couple leaning on each other. That's the 20 and the 16. That's Lane Phillips. Getting sporty back here in the backstretch, or getting back in the back of the field, rather. And I don't think they're quite done. We go back out front. Koger across the stripe here, lap number 34. Settled into a bit of a rhythm here. The longest green flag run of the night so far. And they're starting to bottle up ever so slightly back here behind this 31 car. That is, we're actually looking on board now with the 31. That's Troy Haight sitting right there. You see Joey Jatina. I'm sorry, that's Joseph Grijalva, rather, poking his nose to the inside ever so slightly. Now looking to the outside of Troy Haight, trying to find a little bit of a corner advantage off. You've also got Alex Grog in the mix. Everybody's jockeying for a little bit of position. We saw Jatina drive up through the field pretty strongly and then stall out here behind that 48 car. We've talked to these drivers week over week about how important and sensitive these cars are to aero. Maybe that's a factor of what's going on out front. Oh, big wiggle there. Was that Tyler? No, that was Daniel Miller getting a little loose there in that 23 car. RJ Brookshire is racing himself forward. This is a pretty solid effort for him. All the way up to 7th. That's up plus 24 out of his qualifying effort. As we take a look out front here, and Eric Arnold says, hey, Joey Jatina, I want that spot back. And he goes and grabs it. Eric Arnold back up to P2. Logan Koger is on cruise control out front. These lap times, this lap's pretty much come at you in a hurry. Best lap time right now, Logan Koger, a 23:25, and his last time by a 24:63. So about a 1.4, 1.5 second tire difference or time difference on those new and old tires. Now everybody in the top 10 still on the starting tires for the night. As we take a look back here, RJ Brookshire and that 23 car of Daniel Miller side by side as they come across the line. Everybody on those in the top 10 on those original Goodyears. I would expect to see these guys. Obviously, the cautions are going to be helping everybody out, but I would expect to see these guys come down pit road probably around lap 60, lap 65 or so. Those that have not pit, so within, within about 18 to 20 laps. If we continue to stay green, and that's another factor that's really starting to play into the equation here as we see charged forward there on the bottom. Glenn Campbell moving up to that 6th place position, getting by Grog. But these drivers for the first time tonight, running at green flag conditions. These tires are firmly up to temp now at this point. The cars are starting to really lighten up the first time they've seen this condition all night long. Just trying to hang on to it. Some of them wishing that maybe they would have taken those tires a little earlier. Who knows? It's all about strategy with this group. You're only allotted, I believe they have 3 sets in the pits here tonight, and only so much fuel you can take on. So these drivers have to really consider what that could look like on a tire strategy, on a pit strategy. It all plays a factor as the 48 comes off of turn 4 across the stripe. I see Jason White down pit road. Lane Phillips is also coming to the attention of his crew. So we've got some pit stops starting to fire off. Gerald Livingston is in his box as well. And here comes the 31 of Eric Arnold, looking to the outside of the 48. Arnold came into the night fastest in practice and put it on the pole. Gave up the lead about 15 laps ago, around lap 27. To Logan Koger, now driving off the corner, looking to grab another one. Or looking to grab that top spot back. Even down the back stretch. Drove it off into the corner a little deeper on that high line. Arnold's going to be in a decent spot here if he can get the RPM in it. Oh, nearly makes contact with Koger. That was tight racing down the front stretch. Koger's going to squeeze away by a car length. Single file all the way back here to 11th. That's Tyler McGehee in this mix. Mike Perry, Alex Grog. The 22 thought about making it 3 wide in there for a second, driving it right to the left rear of Grog as they drive off the corner. Back out front, Arnold starting to pressure the 48. Was able to cross him up, drive off the corner, now looking to the inside. The 48's going to take that line away. Arnold being patient here. He's been fast. He fell back to third, drove himself all the way back up here. And he has got 1 and 2 dialed in right down to the bottom of the quarter. Can't unwind it as much as he'd like to. Now he's going to try to the outside. 31 car, I think, is starting to realize just how much faster he is here. And is looking for a way around this 48. If the 31, I was about to say, the 31 can get out there so the 48 can't come clear. Pinch him down the backstretch. He did that. Now, it's going to be a drag race, and he's going to be there again. This is going to hold up the 48. He's going to lose a time, and Eric Arnold's going to retake the lead coming to lap number 51. Now let's see what Arnold does here. Does he just start to drive away from the 48? Glenn Campbell back into the top 5 as Grijalva settled back into 7th, and he's got pressure behind him. That's Barber and Daniel Miller. Barber came down pit road. That was a 4-tire stop back on lap 21. Barber drove himself through the field here a bit. He's moved up to 9th. But now riding behind that 21 car. The 83 looking to the outside. Gonna take him 3 wide. Oh, Barber! What, real tight to that wall. I think he got tied off and had to lift a little bit there. He had a run. Keep in mind, he does have 20-lap newer tires. And while those laps were not necessarily very at race pace, they will matter here. As now it looks like Joey Jettina's got Troy Haight looking on the outside. This is going to be for 4th. We'll see the 44, Glenn Campbell, look to make a move as well. RJ Brookshire up to 6th. Bunch of racing action pretty much all the way around this racetrack right now. And Alex Grog. Something happened to Alex. I'm not sure what that would have been. I show that he maybe some damage on that car. I don't know why we're showing that he had a meatball flag. He's down on the apron. Either way, Eric Arnold now 1.1 second lead over Logan Koger. And it's Glenn Campbell moving up into 3rd. Troy Haight sitting in 4th. And RJ Brookshire going to drive underneath as well. RJ on those older tires as well, but man, what a drive for him. Moving up into 4th. Let's actually do this before we see some pit stops happen. Let's ride on board with the driver of the 61 car. It's all about rhythm here, and I said at the top of the race, these drivers, or this track really rewards consistency, and we heard that riding on board there with Brookshire as he's worked himself up to 3rd, but out front, Still 1.8 is Eric Arnold. We've seen Logan Koger fall through the field here. Oh, nearly getting into Troy who was that? That's Koger and man, I don't know who else that was. Coming down pit road. It looked like they had checked up a little bit more than Arnold or than Koger expected. And we've got green flag pit stops underway. Folks, hitting pit road. Austin Short coming to the attention of his crew under this green flag conditions. Kevin Stone is also coming down pit road. Wow, somebody back there coming out of turn 4 did not have that car checked up. Nearly made contact with the barrels there, but made a hard right, stayed out. That looked pretty dicey. Looks like Shannon Woods coming down to the attention of his crew. So will Joseph Grijalva, DeAndre Kane, all coming down pit road. Green flag pit stops underway here, lap number 63. Eric Arnold continues to lead. Every lap he could get where he's not losing a significant amount of time is going to be good for him on those newer tires. He can stretch that lead out, but this is only a game he can play for so long. As Daniel Miller hits pit road, we see Frank Zingen behind him as well. But Arnold would love to see a pit stop, or love to see a caution right about now. He could get his service for free. He's going to have to come down though. Not enough saving in the world would give him enough. As Robert Barber down pit road, and Arnold looks a little slow. Nope, that's just rotating through the corner. No issues there. He's going to stay out for another round. Appreciate everybody tuning in to Turn 1 and saying hello in chat. If you haven't already done so, let me know who you think is going to bring home the win here tonight. I'd love to hear your predictions as we see Ron Holyfield, Zach Faldy. Oh, Zach! I think he tried to get down pit road and missed it as well. Scott Formosa down pit road now. And Troy Haight coming down. I thought Troy had already stopped. Either way, he's coming down now. He had not. Eric Arnold's going to stay out for another lap here. And that's just going to leave 4 cars on the lead lap. That's Eric Arnold, Glenn Campbell, RJ Brookshire, and Mike Perry. Your top 4. Troy Haight's going to cycle out. Joey Jatina actually is going to cycle out to the top spot of the drivers who have come down pit road. And there you have it. Eric Arnold's going to come. Glenn Campbell, RJ Brookshire, and the caution's out. I missed that caution coming out. We mentioned this. Oh, it was Zach spinning on the front stretch. We had just called that Eric Arnold would love to see that happen. Well, now it has. We're going to step aside for just a moment, hear from our partners at Gelu, as we're under caution once again here in Iowa.
Gotta get a Gelu, that's what I'm gonna do. Wanna get it with you. Gotta get a Gelu. So many amazing flavors, kind of treat that's like no other. A cool place, cool taste, gotta get it. Once you do, your mouth won't forget it. Gelu, gotta get a Gelu, that's what I'm gonna do. Wanna get it with you.
Gotta get a Gelu.
Pace car lights are off. We get ready to go green flag racing here. Lap number 72, Eric Arnold out front. Glenn Campbell, oh, he doesn't get rolling. Oh, nope, caution stays in the flagman's pocket there. Not quite sure what happened. Looks like they're gonna, pace car's gonna catch back up here. Maybe a scoring issue there. Waiting for all this to sort out. Yeah, I think they're trying to get everybody sorted back up here. We're gonna step aside one more time. Remain under caution here at Iowa.
Got it.
All right, we're gonna run it back. There they go. Green flag back out. That pace car. That situation has everybody a miss, but Eric Arnold out front gets rolling free and clear. Pretty much everybody single filed out here. On new tires, full fuel. I think everybody could potentially make it the rest of the way from this point forward if we were to stay green. Side by side, it's RJ Brookshire, Mike Perry. Door to door as they come off of two. Got a mix of lap traffic and whatnot through this field. Everybody's having to navigate. That's Joey Jatina diving it off underneath the O2. Off the corner. On these newer tires here is Eric Arnold starting to pull away 0.6 of a second. Looking through the field, it's pretty dicey back here. In the 11th place position, it's about a 6-car battle. They're 3 wide off the corner. I don't think that was going to last too long. Car taking a hard right. That's Tyler McGee. He gets it saved, comes back up on the racetrack. They're still racing hard back here. This is Caleb Ramsey, Kevin Stone, Jeremy Rittenberg. Just to the front of this pack, Daniel Miller. Meanwhile, up front, Arnold maintains in control. Glenn Campbell. Mike Perry up into the top 3 for the first time tonight. Oh, Joey Jatina, that car looked like it went through the bumps there and may have made a little bit of right side contact with the wall. See Daniel Miller down pit road. I'm not quite sure what that call is for. Nope, maybe not. I think it was just the trigger of where he was on track. As Mike Perry now starting to look on the outside. That's the outside of Glenn Campbell here. Let's ride on board with Perry. And this 22 car, as he's riding about a lane higher here. Let's listen to this car and the throttle control it takes to really be quick here. got a car down in the grass. I believe that's John Buell. Down on the front stretch. He's still stuck down there, and he's not now just getting it gathered up, but looks like he's going to tow. Meanwhile, our top 6, 7 single filed out, but it is still a gaggle. We got cars going around on the front stretch. This all started pretty far back here, coming off a turn 4. Oh. I think that started with the 80 of Formosa, then a couple cars tagged, and that's going to bring the caution out. Iowa not being too kind to these guys, but this is going to give everybody in the field an opportunity to get caught back up here and re-rack. That last restart had the field a little thrown off, and they're going to go back green flag racing with about 30 laps to go here at Iowa. On a Sunday night, you're watching Turn 1. Pace car lights are off as they get ready to go green flag racing here, and I tell you what, the laps are starting to wind down. Everybody's pretty much got what they've got. I don't see too many folks out of the top 10 decided to come down pit road this late. Track position being so important. Pace car down pit road. Arnold back to the high line, gets them rolling. Green flag back out at Iowa. Two and three wide back here, running around that 10th place position. That's Kevin Stone, DeAndre Kane back there in that mix as well. Now they take it 3 wide in 3 and 4. That's RJ Berkshire, Shannon Wood, Caleb Ramsey. Everybody on go now with the laps winding down again. This thing, if it stays green, is going to be done in a fairly quick motion. Joey Gentina gets by Glenn Campbell. He's on full attack. The 14 dives underneath the 31. Side by side in 3 and 4. New leader, Joey Gentina. RJ Brookshire looking underneath Glenn Campbell as Gentina just sets the fastest lap of the night on the pass for the lead. Now he knows he needs to drive away quick here, and this is very similar to what we saw with Eric Arnold in that first bigger green flag run. He fell back to third and waited for the car to come, waited for the tires of the cars to come back to him. I don't know how long you can do that here with the laps winding down. Meanwhile, Brookshire now looking underneath the 31, nearly makes contact on the left rear, avoids it, drives a lane lower through 3 and 4, no action. We take a look a little further back. That's Robert Barber and the 2 of Shannon Wood, side by side. Everybody, like I said, starting to get a little racy here with the laps winding down. The opportunities are going to continue to dwindle as Joey Gentina out front by a 1-second lead over Logan Koger. Koger and that 48 car out front, and he is the only one that drove around, well, except for Joey Gentina here recently, but the only one that drove around Eric Arnold in under green flag conditions. He's led a bunch of laps here tonight. Now running second as we see Brookshire starting to look underneath the 31. Each car and each lap here, I start to get a little more worried about that 31 of Eric Arnold. He does have maybe some older tires playing a factor here. I'm not sure. He does have about 20 lap older tires as everybody else, and not sure why he wouldn't have come down that caution either way. He is starting to pay the price, and he is sitting in fourth. Looking through the rest of the field, still side by side back here. That's Barber. On the outside of that, goodness, who was that? Well, that's the 51. That car is a lap down. That's Tyler McGehee. Mike Perry back here in the mix. Meanwhile, Gentina out front, 1.5 seconds, and that gap continuing to grow. A lap each lap about a tenth faster than Koger. We talked to Joey on Thursday nights, and I tell you what, he's been quick across the board. Has been really impressive with the speed out of Gentina and pretty much everything he's been getting into. He already has 3 wins this season. Would love to make it 4, as they would leave Iowa with 11 races left to go. I tell you what, it's hard to believe. That's already race number 12 of this group. And the caution's out. That is not what Gentina wants to see. We're looking for it. Austin Short. Oh, he is spun down there in the bottom of 3 and 4. Looks like Alex Grog may have been involved in this as well. Let's take a look. Oh, that car just gets loose. Oh, hard left front contact. That is going to likely end Short's night. And that's going to bring the caution out. And Now's the question: does Eric Arnold come down here, or does he keep what he's got? Because that track position right now sitting in the top 4, but I don't know. We'll see how this all shakes out. Logan Coger's going to come down to everybody, flips the field. Joey Jatina stays out. Worst case scenario for the 14. As everybody's going to come down pit road for their final set of tires. Jatina is going to stay out front. Talk more about this here in just a moment. Under caution once again. Lap 103 at Iowa. You're watching Turn 1. These car lights are off as they get ready to go back. Green flag racing, new tires versus old. Logan Coger's going to have the news on the outside, but it's only going to be about 15 laps or so. We'll see how this all shakes out. Can Joey Jatina hang on for the final couple laps here of this race? Green flag back out, and we're back racing in Iowa. Oh, a ton of speed through the corner there. Coger's able to muscle around on the outside. Jatina is going to be under pressure. Here comes the 31. That is that new grip. New leader, Logan Coger, as he comes across the stripe. That'll be 13 to go. I'm sorry, 14 to go, rather. Jatina's going to fall back to fourth. Eric Arnold up to second. RJ Brookshire up into third. Meanwhile, the action back here is still pretty hot. DeAndre K, Robert Barber, Kevin Stone, Glenn Campbell all battling here for a top 10 spot. And Arnold just set the fastest lap of the night. And he is on full pursuit. He was a 10th faster last time than Logan Coger. Following into the tire tracks as they head off into one. Great quarter for Coger here, for Eric Arnold. Down the backstretch, a little bit of connectivity issues there for Arnold. That may be slowing him down a little bit as they come to the stripe. 11 laps remain. 2 by 2 back here. This is for the battle back around 8th place. That's Jeremy Rittenberg, Shannon Wood. They're side by side. Oh, gets tight near Rittenberg. The 2 has to check up as well to avoid the contact. Oh, going to the inside. That's Caleb Ramsey hard getting packed to the outside wall. No caution. That hood up on that car, he's not going to be able to see. He's going to stay high. No caution out. Back across the stripe, 9 laps to go here at Iowa. Kevin Stone's going around. Right in front of, oh, big pile up, caution's out. This coming off of turn 4. Troy Hayden involved as well. Let's take a look. Oh, this will happen. Oh, well in front of him. That's John Fowler. He couldn't catch a break if it was put on the hook for him. Caution out here on lap 114, Logan Koger. Now, the tides are going to turn a little bit. There's only 13 cars on the lead lap. Joey Gentina did not come down. I suspect we will see him come down pit road. Can he race himself through the field here with what will amount to be about 5 laps to go, 4 laps to go? Well, we're going to find out. That's going to be a story we're talking about as we get ready for a final shootout here at Iowa. Under caution again, you're watching Turn 1. Pace car lights are off, and it's going to be a shootout here of about 3 laps. Logan Koger out front, Eric Arnold. By the way, Joey Jatina did not come down pit road. Green flag is out. Back live here in Iowa. 3 to go. Arnold underneath the 48. This is going to be a battle for the lead. Who can get clear here of who is going to shape the final laps. Arnold drives it in deep into 3. Koger's going to try to cross him up. Not going to be able to get it done. 2 to go. New leader, Eric Arnold. They make it back around to see the white flag. That'll be the last flag they see before the checker. Arnold dives it off into 3 and 4. RJ Brookshire hits the wall. No caution. He's going to see the white flag one more time around for our pole sitter, Eric Arnold. Logan Koger settled into 3rd. RJ Brookshire, even though he made contact with that wall, Robert Barber going to dive to the inside. Fastest during practice. Brought the pole back to his crew. Now he's going to see the checkered flag. Eric Arnold wins at Iowa. Logan Koger, Robert Barber. A pass on the last lap to bring him into the 3rd place spot. RJ Brookshire sitting 4th. Jeremy Rittenberg is going to finish 5th. Shannon Wood, Mike Perry, Tyler McGee, DeAndre Kane, Joey Zatina, your top 10. We're going to step aside and we'll talk to our winner here in Iowa. You're watching Turn 1. Wild night in the books here at Iowa, and Robert Barber able to make a pass there towards the end to get into that 3rd place spot. Robert, we saw you up and down through the field here tonight, started in the top 10, fell back a little bit, got back up there. Walk me through your night here.
Yeah, it was a weird race. I tried some strategy there when that caution at lap 25 come out. I decided to take tires there. Got a long green flag, worked my way back up to 4th, and tried to flip it back on everybody else's strategy, and then we got trapped a lap down. So it was just one of those weird races, and that last pit stop I took 2 tires to pick up a couple of spots, and they held up pretty good actually on against all the 4 tires.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. How did that pan out for you? But, hey, it worked out, a top 3 here. This track looked really difficult in this car. Obviously, Iowa's always a little interesting. It's a driver's track. It rewards consistency. And but this car just seems like it's a handful right now for everybody.
It is, and it's extremely bumpy, which makes it even more difficult trying to get the car to set right and everything else. And it's really easy to overdrive. So I was able to kind of manage that a little bit, but still didn't save my tires as much as I wanted to. So I think we could have done better, but I don't think anybody had anything for the 31. He was kind of the class of field all night.
He certainly was. Well, Robert, listen, congratulations on the top 3 here. Go celebrate, and thanks for the time.
Appreciate it, Sean. Appreciate Sim 500 for the league, and Gelu-KC for sponsoring tonight, and you, the broadcast. Just fun to race. So.
Absolutely, Robert. Robert Barber, 3rd here at Iowa, as we'll go grab our race winner, and Eric Arnold. I tell you what, Robert Barber said it best. The class of the field all night tonight brought home the pole and the checkered flag. Eric, congratulations on the victory. You had this field covered.
Thank you. Yeah, when the caution happened after doing the cycle pit stops, I thought I was screwed because I didn't pit and or gosh, whatever it was. When Joey was out front leading, man, I thought I was done for, and I thought Joey was gonna win that.
Eric, we saw you fade through the field a little bit in that green flag run. Was that just knowing the piece you had and knowing everybody's going to back up to you there? What was your thoughts as through that middle of that longer green flag run, falling all the way back to third?
Yeah, I had found that if I would roll through the corner and get on the gas late, it would save the right front, which is why I was dropping back, and the car just came to me and it was handling wonderful. I knew guys are blowing right fronts. One of my teammates, Troy, did, and fortunately he got taken by the caution because of that. But yeah, I was just saving that right front because the track is just killing it.
Eric, we saw obviously you dominate here tonight. Next week we go to a very similar racetrack in the grand scheme of things. That's Richmond. What do you got for them there next Sunday evening?
Well, I will not be at that race, and honestly, that's like my worst track in the world, so if I was going to make it, I don't know if I'd even be competitive.
Well, all right then. Either way, brought home the victory here tonight and wrapped it up across the board with a pole as well. Eric Arnold, your winner at Iowa. Eric, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
And with that, we will grab second place finisher. That's the 48 of Logan Koger. Logan, congratulations. A top three coming out of Iowa. You look pretty quick here tonight. We saw some laps led and ultimately up there challenging for the lead a good portion of the evening. How was that 48 car?
Oh, it was excellent. Wish I had that last restart back.
If so, what would you have done differently there?
Definitely wouldn't have chose the top, that's for sure.
It looked like that, we saw Eric actually take that top line a couple restarts tonight, and it kind of go back and forth, back to the bottom. What was the benefit of or at least what do you think the benefit was up there, and why didn't you ultimately find it?
I think it was, depending on the track conditions and everything and what the dynamic weather and everything would determine if you could make it work or not. I think there at the end it just got really tight and you couldn't really do anything. The vast majority of guys, when they'd get up there, Eric was really the only one who could make anything happen tonight up there, but the bottom definitely would have been the move there to make. I should have thought better of that decision.
Logan, maybe it's not, but from my seat and in my experience, a very similar track to Iowa is Richmond. Fast and still considered a short track, and we're going there next week. We saw you fast here. Can you turn it around and bring home another top three next Sunday night?
I think so. Richmond's always been a good place for me. I love that place, and maybe we'll park at Victory Lane next week.
Well, Logan, listen, congratulations. Top two here in Iowa. You can't shake a stick at that. Let some laps. We appreciate the time. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, have a good one, bud.
And with that, we'll wrap up race coverage here tonight in Iowa for the Gelu-KC Select Series on Turn 1. On behalf of the league admins, I'm Sean Fitz. I appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you next time for more racing action here on Turn 1. Good night, everybody.